Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Homestead Heart, and from Homestead Heart to you.
Happy New Year! Wishing y'all a happy New Year.
Yes.
Yes, it's been a trying 2023.
Oh my goodness.
But we made it through.
Put my boot on and kick 2023 straight out the door. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, I think we all kicked 2023 out of the door,
Yes,
and we
yes,
learned
yes.
so much from 2023
Yeah.
on what we want to do better in 2024.
That's right. That's right.
You
So
know.
we are truly hoping y'all are having a blessed new year thus far. For us, it's a matter of being thankful, that we've come through another year, being blessed to see a new year. All of those things are so important to us, right? Those are the things that matter for us, being grateful.
Yes.
And just thanking God for all of his blessings, you all. So we hope that even in the midst of so much, that we are all able to find something to be thankful for.
Yes. And I know a lot of us, got through 2023. It was a struggle. It was hard. We had our ups and downs.
Trial after trial.
Yep, trial after trial.
I know we did.
Yes, we did. And we learned a lot.
We did.
We learned a lot from our struggles.
Yes, we did.
And so we want to do 2024 a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better.
That's right. So, you saw the title of the video, leaving the old world behind, right? Leaving the old world behind. And what is it that we're talking about when we say that? When we talk about leaving the old world behind, you got to remember that scripture tells us, that we are we're in the world, right? Right? We're in the world, but we don't have to be conformed to this world, right?
Yes.
But being transformed by the renewing of our minds. So let us start that process of leaving the old world behind and transforming ourselves with a new way of thinking.
Yes, mainly with me and Mrs. H, we want to get rid of anything negative that we can detect.
Yeah.
That can kind of keep your spirit down.
Yep.
And keep you off track.
Right.
And basically it can stop you from progress.
It really can. You're right about that.
It's just a negative thought sometimes when you wake up and you see something negative in the news about society, and then you carry that thought and that weight with you during the day.
Yeah, all day.
And it can affect you.
Yeah. How can it, when you are watching what's going on in the world, how can it happen in this world and you not feel some type of an emotion behind it, right? Because I think for the most part, we all just want peace. And I think no matter the nation, there are people within the nation that just want peace and just want to live according to God's law, right?
Yes.
And so everyone within these different nations, you just like people in this country, we are in this country. We don't agree with the politics that we see and the way things are being governed. We don't necessarily agree with that, right? We are in this country, but sometimes because we're in this country, sometimes people can think that the mind is the same for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's not the same. Most of us just want to live our lives in peace. We want to work hard for what we earn.
Yes.
And we just want to be able to live our lives in peace according to God's law. And that doesn't matter your religion, whatever your belief is, whatever your religion is, if you just want to obey God's law according to your religion, then we just want to be able to do that in peace. Right?
And you know what? When you just stated that we want to do things in peace, I think about how happy we were growing up back in the 70s and the 80s, even parts of the 90s.
Yeah.
it was such a simple time.
Mm-hmm. Things were simple.
You know, when it comes to family, you know, we was close. The neighbors was close.
Yeah.
You know, and we had more simple food. We had food without all this additives and all of this stuff, and we took those things for granted.
Yeah, because now everything is so stressful, even when it comes to food. You know, we stress so much about growing your groceries, right?
Yes.
But for those who can't grow their groceries and they still want to eat good, healthy food,
yeah,
it is so stressful.
Yes, it is.
To go to the grocery store now, right?
Man.
I mean, when you think about taking off the old world and leaving the old world behind,
mm-hmm.
you know, you want to be able to just shop for fresh fruits and vegetables where you don't have to scan a QR code to see what kind of toxic chemicals they put in that item.
Yes.
That's stressful. You know,
it is.
You know, you want to go to the store and pick up a food item that if it's ice cream, well, you may want to see milk, vanilla extract or heavy cream, or you know, you want to see 3 or 4 ingredients, but you don't want to have to get a dictionary in order to understand what those 40 ingredients mean on the back of your ice cream container.
Yeah.
You know, so even just for moms who are trying to do their best to feed themselves and their family, to talk about going to the grocery store, just to go to the grocery store is so much stress.
It is. And Mrs. H brought something else to my attention. It's the bioengineered food that's everywhere.
It is.
It's everywhere. You know, like the old world, like we stated, we don't want to be living stressful like we did in 2023.
Right.
We want to make sure that we get out there and we work and grow our own groceries.
Yeah.
And do it in a fashion where we won't be stressed out about it.
Yep.
You know, take our time, get out there and do it.
Yeah.
You know, without stressing out.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
You know, so 2024, we're going to move out on time.
Yeah. And even like going to the grocery store, like it's very stressful for the parents because of the children, right?
Yeah.
So if as a parent, you're trying your best to feed your children healthy foods, and they're like, why we can't have Oreos, or why we can't have this cereal, or why we can't have that. It's so much stress even coming from the children, because the children don't understand. They just want to have the things that they have enjoyed eating probably all of their lives. But the more and more parents learn about the ingredients in the food, and they start telling the children, now y'all, we can't eat this because of the children, they don't understand that.
Yeah.
They just understand that you're taking something good away from them, and it makes them feel like they just can't have anything good. So even that causes so much stress in the household and in the family. So just look at what our system is doing to us. And so it's just being, the system is destructive on every level. And so for our own sanity,
yes. Our own sanity. Yes.
We have to get rid of the old world, the way of thinking, with the old world's way of things, and our, not just our way of thinking, but you know, the actions that go along with your thinking, right? So we do have to make these changes and kind of have to just kind of stand on it.
Yes, because Mrs. H got me on this new diet. And this new diet is working for me, but at first I was kind of like, man, I'm gonna have a hard time with this new diet. But come to find out, she got me eating more. I say like 3 times more healthier.
Yeah.
You know, and I have more energy.
Yeah.
And I'm not like drained like I normally would be, because I be out there, you know, working and doing my thing, and then I probably, you know, have to grab some here and there, but I don't even do that now with the new diet that she had me on.
Yeah.
You know, and like we say, grow your own groceries, eating food that's not like fruits and vegetables that's not sprayed.
Yeah, just organic fruits.
Yeah.
Organic vegetables.
Yes. It really pays off.
And basically what Mr. H is talking about is that we have really like tremendously reduced the amount of sugar in our diet. So what that looks like for me is that when I put that honey in my coffee in the morning, that's pretty much all of the sugars that I will have, with the exception of natural sugars, right? Like the sugars that may be found in grapes or strawberries, something like that. And it's the same that I have for Mr. H, just reducing the amount of sugar, and also foods that convert starches into sugar. Even when it comes to breads and stuff, we've cut down on the breads, we've cut down on
rice,
pasta, rice,
beans,
all of these things. Yeah, at least just for the time being. Yeah. Because, we realize, like, for our own health, we really we was under a lot of stress,
Yes.
And when you have stress added to your diet, not that your diet was unhealthy, because we were not eating unhealthy to begin with, but we had to find a way to give our body a break, right? Primarily we eat 1 meal a day, but even that wasn't enough for us. I know they call it intermittent fasting and all this stuff, but y'all, I'm telling you, long before there was such a thing as intermittent fasting, there was eating 1 meal a day. And you all, when I tell you, for nearly 30 years, that has been my lifestyle. For nearly 30 years, right? And about 20 years for Mr. H.
Yes.
That has been our lifestyle, 1 meal a day. And intermittent fasting wasn't a thing then. It was eating 1 meal a day. And that's what we have been doing for a very, very, very long time. But now, because of added stress from outside sources, like with the way things are happening in the world today, and then, it's like, how could you not be, somewhat stressed, because you want to make sure you have everything that you need for your family.
Yes.
Does that mean we're not still storing pasta or beans and all of that for long term? Of course we are. Mm-hmm. But for now, we just really want to focus on getting healthier. And I'm going to tell you, my blood pressure was so high.
Yes, it was.
It was so high. I am just now starting to get close to normal again. And my blood pressure wasn't high because I was eating a lot of salt and all that kind of stuff. It was just simply because of the stress from outside. Like if I'm listening to the news and I'm seeing the terrible things that's happening, that affected me, because I'm thinking about the poor, the innocent, and these things were troubling.
Yes.
Very troubling. But over time, my blood pressure, you all, was like 160 plus.
Yes.
157 plus, over like 106. My blood pressure was very high, and I just decided for Mr. H and I a while ago, I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And he was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
You mean me too?
Yeah. I can't, I was used to her homemade
breads and
stuff like that. And she told me I couldn't have them, rice, beans, stuff like that. And it took a while, but I got adjusted.
Yeah.
I got adjusted to the new way.
Yeah.
What we're going to be doing, and by us telling everybody, hey, grow your own groceries. At the same time, we got to get out there and grow them. We got to get out there and really be more efficient with what we do on the farm, and we want to be able to eat a certain percentage of the food we grow.
Yeah, 95%.
Yeah, because we always going. I know y'all don't see me too much.
Yeah, we're always.
Because it's like, hey, we team working, and I got to get out there in the world and keep moving.
Yeah.
And she's here handling things here.
Yeah. So
the new way, what we're going to do, we're going to try to prioritize, as I say it right,
prioritize.
Yes, there we go. Prioritize our time.
Yeah.
So we can do things more efficient. Around here, and take that stress away.
Yeah.
Mainly when I go out there, like Mrs. H said, we listen to the news, we hear all of this violence. every day, all day, that's not healthy.
That is not healthy.
And we realize that makes the blood pressure go up. You keep hearing about this, that every day. And seeing children,
Yeah, because you get so angry, that things like this are happening.
Yeah, you see children suffering, and
man,
homeless people suffering, and
it's
everywhere
horrible.
And that's stressful.
Yeah,
it's very stressful.
And then like one of the things for me is like when we go places and I'm looking at a lot of people, a lot of our people in this country, struggling, living under bridges, can hardly afford to buy food and can hardly afford medical care. But this country sends billions of dollars outside of these borders. And that is so, oh my goodness, that angers me tremendously when I'm looking at a 70-year-old woman or man who has to decide whether they're going to buy grocery or whether they're going to buy medication. A mama, whether she can buy food or whether she can buy shoes to go on her baby's feet because they got holes in them. And then we don't have the resources to make sure that our citizens are taken care of, right? So things like that truly, truly, truly frustrate me. But I want to go back and clarify something.
Yes.
Like there are some things that we're not eating. Like we love bean soup, right? But we're not eating bean soup right now. We love fresh baked bread, but we're not eating that right now. We're trying to get our blood pressure and stuff under control. And if we can eliminate the fact that our body has to work so hard to get rid of starches or sugars in the bloodstream, that's stressful on the body too, right? And it's been working because my blood pressure is now like 133. The last, what was it the last time?
Yeah, about 133, 134.
Yeah. So in just the short amount of time, and my blood pressure had been holding at 150 something, 160 something for over a year. And so in just this short amount of time, how long we been doing it now? For a couple of months, I want to say?
Yeah, I say about 2 months.
So for the last couple of months with eating this way, no blood pressure medications, no medications period, my blood pressure has dropped down like well over 20 points. And I'm trying to get it down, back to like 123, 125 or something like that. And a part of that for me has been not watching so much as what's going on like in the news.
Yes. And also, I added a little light workout, to it, when I can fit
every
it in.
Day.
And it's helping out.
Yeah.
As long as I have that motion going and just don't sit and be more like a couch potato.
Yeah.
I advise nobody to sit down and not move.
Yeah.
We got to keep moving.
Right.
And so, like the old world of 2023, we're going to take the good stuff that we learned, but we're going to leave all the negative stuff behind, and we're going to move out on a better note. We're going to move out on a better note and do things. And super subs, we're going to get back with y'all and we're going to start moving out.
Yeah, and being prepared.
Yeah,
preparing ourselves too.
Preparing ourselves, most definitely.
Yeah, I need to check my canner real quick. I'll be right back because it's kind of quiet in there.
Yes, most definitely, y'all, and exercise. I think that's a great thing that we all need to do, even if it's just like jumping jacks or, push-ups, squats, or whatever you can do. Just even if it's 10 to 20. If you can do a little bit every day along with a good diet, it'll make a big difference.
Yep.
Moving those muscles that haven't been moved before,
Yep.
And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 months as well.
Yeah.
And it helps me out. It helps me out, And so 2024, I think that it's going to be a better year for Homestead Heart and the super subs. We're gonna move out.
We're going to pray for that.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Also like your mindset, right?
Yes.
Being positive within yourself and not judging yourself too harshly. I know sometimes we judge ourselves harder than anybody else does. But you know what? I'm just going to tell you, give yourself a break, okay?
Yes.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Appreciate you, okay? Appreciate you and don't judge yourself so harshly. I don't care what other people saying to you or what others may be saying about you, you know what? Get that off of you, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. God is always working on us, right? From day to day. I was just telling Mr. H, he's not through with us yet. He's still working with us, and it's every single day that we can wake up in the morning. That's God giving us another opportunity to get ourselves right, to get ourselves better, and to be better as a person, right? And so sometimes when you meet people that are very harsh and very critical of you, you know, sometimes you just really have to say, you know what, God is still working on me, and I'm still striving to be better than I was yesterday. And as long as that's your mindset, y'all, everybody else, get that noise out of your ear. You have to have a positive mindset in order to be successful in whatever it is that you're wanting to do. I don't care if it's something like you just want to work out 2 times a week.
Yes.
You know, or you just want to start getting your emergency pantry together, and you just want to can, if you just canned 1 item a week and you want to do that, then do that. You know, don't allow people in your ear to discourage you, right? Because you will have that. And, you know, one of my beautiful sisters, I love her so much. I love this sister so much.
Yes.
Tabitha Brown. She always says, you know, you go and you have yourself a good day. But even if you not having a good day, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's, right? And so that's the mindset like we have to have. You know, if I'm not feeling my best, I'm not going to make nobody else feel bad. And then at the same time, if you're around somebody that don't have a problem doing that, you probably need new company.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're around somebody that is always being negative in your ear, making you feel bad, they don't ever have anything good to say, you probably need new company. Okay? You probably need somebody else in your life that's going to be encouraging. Going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But be encouraging at the same time. You know, me and my friend from DC, you know, one thing I could tell you is that we always tell each other the truth, and we tell each other like it is, but at the same time, we still encourage each other.
Yeah.
We still motivate each other to let each other know, hey, we got this. We can do this.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
Even if sometimes we feel that we haven't been doing what we need to do to be successful. We feel like we're behind a couple of weeks on projects, you know.
Ooh, a couple of months.
Yeah, a couple of months. But let's not beat ourselves down because I'm in that situation. I'm guilty, y'all. So I already know if
that's all right.
I already know what works for me. If I can get me a good workout in early in the morning, and Mrs. A said, you go ahead and do this, you can do this. For some reason, I feel like Superman. Like I can get out there and conquer, you know, all these projects. And I noticed that about me and her. You know, that's how we work together, you know. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna have a discussion with Mrs. H. And I got a lot of projects, y'all, that I need to do. And so I'm not going to beat myself down because I feel guilty when I'm not doing nothing. Even though I be working and doing things, but I'm not satisfied with myself.
Yeah.
And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish these projects. I'm going to get caught up. And when I get out there and work, y'all, I'm going to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
And that's what we all going to do.
Work cheerfully. Yeah.
We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're not going to beat ourselves down.
Right.
Even though the world looks like it's crumbling around us with all this negative news, we're not going to carry that with us.
Yeah.
We're going to get out there and we're going to work in our gardens. We're going to grow our own groceries. We're going to encourage each other. And we're going to be blessed for 2024.
Yep.
We're going to be blessed, y'all.
Yep.
You know, we are small people, you know, like trying to do our gardening. We don't have mega farms. We're encouraging everybody to grow their own groceries.
In the space that you have.
Yes. Yes, you know, and can as much as you can. So we're going to do that cheerfully.
Yeah, that's a very good point because, you know, when I was thinking about Homestead Heart and what our purpose is, you know, our purpose here at Homestead Heart, like Mr. H said, we're not farming 100 acres, okay? And the way that we do things may not necessarily be the way everybody else do things. We do things sometimes a little different.
Yes, we do.
And it may not look right to some folks, but it's working for us.
Yes.
So what we aspire to do and be here at Homestead Heart is just a husband and a wife trying to encourage and motivate you and others to do the same thing, right? To get you to see that even if you've never grown so much as an ivy or poison ivy, which is something you don't even have to do, right?
Yeah.
But even if you, whatever it is, you may have never grown anything. We just show you what we do here on our homestead that would motivate you and encourage you to let you know that, hey, with a little bit of effort and dedication, I can do this myself, and not giving up because it doesn't go right the first time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But just keep going. And so we just that's what we desire to do on our homestead. Encourage you to grow your own food, show you how we preserve our own food, how we put it up. That's what we want to do. And so far, it seems that so many of you have really benefited from what we've done here. So you all say that we've been a blessing to you, but you all have been a blessing to us. Because, and I say that because just that beautiful feedback that we get from you all, that really motivates and encourages us to keep going for the next person who just so happens to see a Homestead Heart video and just go ahead and click on it, even though they're like, what is these people talking about?
Yeah.
You know? And then when they come over to our channel, they will say, I ain't never thought about growing anything, but I'm going to go ahead and try now.
Yeah. And you know, I truly feel like the saying that we are all in this together.
Yep.
Because we help each other out with feedback, with the messages that we send to each other, you know, and the comments.
Respectfully.
Yeah, the comments.
Respectfully.
The comments, yes. And also, you know, what we gonna do, we gonna be successful in 2024.
Yes.
You know, we don't need to be so hard on ourselves.
Or allow anybody else to be hard on us.
Yes, because everybody's late doing a lot of things. Even if we never grown anything, but we can start 2024 on a better note.
Yeah.
Let's not be hard on ourselves.
Right.
Let's not criticize and point fingers, you know, at each other.
Yep.
And then also, I think we should get the younger people
involved. Yes.
You know, even if you get a 12-year-old involved.
5-year-old, it doesn't matter.
In 5 more years, they're going to be, 16
17.
or 12, you know, and it's going to keep going on from there to that point on and getting stronger, you know, with growing your own groceries and having a nice, I guess you could say, attitude towards one another.
Right,
That's a big thing. We don't need to be so mean with each other.
Harsh and mean and cruel. That's right.
And a lot of people use social media, just all you see is negativity.
Yeah.
We need to get the positive thing going.
Use it for positivity.
Yes, this person doing this person doing this. Well, what are the good people doing? Yeah. We want to know, okay, the sun is shining out there. Somebody's growing something. Somebody's happy somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, everybody, we don't need to be angry like we was in the year 2023.
Yeah.
You know, the old world. We're going to put
all of that behind us. And there's nothing wrong with like constructive criticism, you all. And there's nothing wrong with getting feedback. It may not be what you like, right? But if it's constructive, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But you don't accept abuse from nobody. And you don't accept somebody being disrespectful to you with the way they want to tell you something, right? You don't accept that from anybody because number one, God loves you just as much as he loves me or Mr. H or your brother or your sister. He loves us, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you one thing that we're not going to do. We're not going to let anybody try to dim that light that's within us, because when somebody just uses you as a punching bag, and I'm talking about emotionally, mentally, even physically, somebody tries to use you as a punching bag, you got to understand that that's not what God intended for you. And even though he wants us to be better, that's not the person he put in your life to make you better. That's not the one he put in your life to make you better. Because a person that comes into your life to make you better, they're going to give you that constructive criticism, but they're going to give it with love. And you're going to know that it's coming from a place of love. You're going to know that it's coming from a place of concern. and not from a place that I'm better than you, so I get to talk down upon you because you are not where I am, so I get to say this however I want to say it. No.
Yeah.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. So yes, we give constructive criticism, we take constructive criticism, but we don't beat up on nobody, and we don't allow nobody to beat up on us. We're not going to be disrespectful, and we don't allow disrespect, and neither should you. Okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so with this new world, this new way of thinking, this new mind, give yourself some love.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, give yourself some love.
Yes.
And know that, you know what, I'm not perfect today, but I'm striving to be.
Yes.
I haven't gotten to where I want to go, but I'm still on the road, right? I haven't laid down. I haven't given up. I'm still moving every single day. Even if today I was only able to take 3 steps, well, maybe tomorrow I might be able to take 5. But in any case, give yourself a break.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I would say because of the climate that we are living in, though.
Yes.
You all, because of the climate we're living in, you want to make sure that you are not just growing your food, but putting your food away.
That's the big thing right there. In timing.
Yes.
You know, we used to do more like scavenger hunts when we was looking for canning jars and canners and stuff like that. I think we need to get back in that mode of doing things like that, because if we slip and then we stop doing things and getting stuff that we need in case of emergency, because we're looking at the climate just like in 2023,
right?
And everybody can see the news and they know what's going on.
Yeah.
So we just stay focused on getting our non-perishable food, growing our own food, canning, and doing that, you know.
Yeah. And you know what, like we always say, like if you can't grow your own food, because so many people live in some people live in places where they front and they back is concrete.
Yeah.
Or they share a space, you know, like you may have one house that's a duplex, you may have a house in the front and a house in the back, and the only thing you have is concrete, you know. And so you may try a community garden or family or friends, but even if you don't have that as an option, you can still order your food in bulk. You can still buy it in bulk, right? We are always talking about Azure Standard. And you all know that Azure sponsors some of our videos, right?
Yes.
But before they became our sponsors, many of you who's been with us a long time, you can bear witness that we've been talking about Azure for a long time.
And Azure has some of the best products.
Yes, they do.
You know, in like Mrs. H said, if you can't grow, I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of stuff from Azure Standard. Yes. Yeah. If you stay in apartments or buildings, you know, with no sunlight or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Azure Standard is your best option.
If they deliver to you, because I know some places you may not have a drop in your area, but you know what? If you don't have a drop in your area, maybe you can reach out to Azure and see if you could be the POC for that area and develop a drop for that area, and you will be the point of contact. And then you could get a drop in your area.
Yeah.
Or if that's not an option, there are so many other places that you can buy your foods from in bulk.
Exactly. But, you know, Azure got good quality.
They really do.
That's like the top quality place.
Yeah.
And so you can look at Mrs. H's links on Azure Standard, and I'm pretty sure you can get that information from her links when she make videos about Azure Standard.
Yep.
And also, speaking of like the importance of eating healthy, you know, like growing your own groceries. I know a lot of young people probably really don't know how important it is to have your own groceries that you can grow.
True. Let me check my canner. You can go ahead.
Yeah, but you really need to get quality food, because think about all of the cancers that's popping up in young children. You know, all of the diseases that we have now, we didn't have back in the 70s and the 80s. You know, you didn't have all these cancers going around.
Right.
Because, you know, people that grow food, they put in what they put in the grocery stores. They spray this food. They got chemicals in this food. You got different health issues that's happening in 2000s all the way up to 2023. But back in the 80s, we didn't even hear about cancer.
No.
We didn't.
No.
You know, that's...
No, there are just some things that was just so rare to hear about.
Yeah.
Back then.
Alzheimer's, we didn't hear.
Alzheimer's, yeah. In fact, my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, my dad always said, you look just like her. But my paternal grandmother, she developed what was called Henderson's disease. And I remember at that time, a lot of medical personnel didn't even know what that was.
Wow.
You know, they tried to say it was Parkinson's, but nobody had ever heard of Henderson's disease before, and now you hear it more often. But back then, didn't nobody even know what Henderson's disease was? And so all of these new ailments
yes,
that we are being plagued with now, you know, these are just things that you probably just didn't hear a lot about in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and whatnot. You just didn't hear a lot about that, you all. And so I guess that's why Ms. H and I really push so hard for us to grow our own food, and why we promote Azure so much, because you can get so much from Azure. Literally, Azure Standard is a bulk food grocery store.
Yeah.
There's probably little to nothing that you can't get from them that you would get at a grocery store, except you don't have to do it so often, right?
Yeah.
So if you have an Azure Standard drop in your area, consider that. Or if you have like places that sell food in bulk, you know, just check around in your area, like restaurant supply places. Just check around in your area and see what you have, and then go to these places, you know, buy your vegetables in bulk, or farmers markets. Buy these things in bulk, green beans, tomatoes, and all of it.
And then learn how to put it away.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to learn how to can.
Yeah.
If I have more time, I'll be right there with you. You know,
I know.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it don't matter if you're a man, woman, child, whatever. Canning is just preserving food.
Yeah.
You know?
Long term.
Yeah. Because, you know, every day, every week, you hear something new on the news.
Yeah.
So we don't know when we really going to have to go to that emergency situation to where we have to start doing what we need to do to get over the bad times that we probably going to be going through.
And we definitely going to be going through them.
You know.
You know, and the thing is that nobody knows exactly when that's going to happen. And what's even worse than that is that so many of us wait until something like that happens to actually start trying to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't want to do that. You know, when you think about the pandemic in 2020, when that happened, you know, there were people who had never even looked at a pressure canner or a water bath canner, who was now trying to buy them and learn how to can. Jars was just something you couldn't even get your hands on, you know. But now when you go to the supermarket, you see pressure canners on the shelf, you see water bath canners on the shelf, you see pallets of canning jars in the middle of the floor, right? And so there's no urgency there, and no one is even thinking about food preservation. Everything has kind of relaxed itself a little bit. So I would just say, don't get relaxed. Take advantage of this opportunity. And every time you get paid, or every time you get, you know, $15 extra or $20 extra, go and buy yourself a case of jars and a couple of boxes of lids to go along with that. Because you don't ever want to be in a situation where you're either buying food in bulk to can it and preserve it for an emergency situation, or you're growing your own food. You don't ever want to be in a situation where you don't have anything to put that food in. Yes.
And it's another thing that I'm noticing, that the old school way of living is coming back. You know, like the way how grandma and grandpa used to do things back in the days when they milked cows, they had, you know, wells, they made their own butter, and, you know, and they had chickens with their eggs, you know, just old-fashioned homesteading. And that seems to be the new thing now, because people in the cities now are getting their pantries together, you know, and moving up to like modern times. That's going to be the new times right there.
Yeah, kudos.
Because when you go into Kroger's, 80%, 85% of the items in there is bio-engineered.
Yeah.
So what can you do? And they even making their own meat now in a
tank, in a lab.
Tank, yeah. And it's just a lot, you know, that we got to take in for 2024 and just sit down and think, you know, we can do this.
And don't give in.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't give in to, you know, they're forcing this food on you. So don't give in to that, you know. Don't just be like, oh, well, oh, whatever. I'm just going to buy it and eat it. Don't give in to that. If you want them to remove bioengineered products or GMO products off the shelf, the loudest voice that we could have is to leave it on the shelf.
Yes.
That's the loudest voice that we could have, is to not spend 1 brown cent on it. Mm-hmm. Okay? Or is it 1 red cent? Don't spend 1 penny on it, and that will send a message that says, we don't want this garbage. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to give us the best, then we don't want this garbage. You can keep that, right? And that's the best way we can send that signal to them, is to let them know we're not buying this.
And I'm thinking about, why do we buy it? Convenience. The big box stores know if they put it on the shelf. If we work 9 to 5 and we're a single mom or a single dad, and we trying to go home to our families, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna stop at the big box store and do a lot of shopping because it's convenient.
Or McDonald's.
Oh my God. So we'll do all these things out of convenience. You're right about that.
That's right.
You know, hey, it's convenient to go ahead and get this food, even though they say, okay, there's a lot of chemicals in it, but hey, my children got to eat because I got to go to work.
Yeah.
I'm pressed for time.
Yeah.
But on the weekend,
you
can learn how to grow your own groceries. Mm-hmm. You can teach a young girl and young men how to cook food safely, you know.
Yep.
Baking food without frying food all the time.
Yep.
Because it's going to be better in the long run.
Yep.
You know,
that's the truth.
The convenience of these big box stores, I don't want to just call no names,
yeah.
But it's really making us too comfortable.
Making us very comfortable. And I'm going to be honest, there's nothing more convenient for us than opening up a jar of canned chicken and warming it up.
Yeah.
That is fast food. Like, and, you know, we still have, like, carrots and stuff. If I want to make some candied carrots, well, I got it right there. It takes me less time to put a meal together from my canned foods than it would take me to get in my vehicle, go to a store, a fast food place, wait on them to make the food, me to come home, and then eat it, right? Mm-hmm. It takes me less time to do that. So that's really fast food.
Yeah. I would say on the weekend, Mrs. H has so many videos on canning.
Yeah.
And if you're a single mother and you want to start off
or
with
just any mother. You don't have to be a single mother.
Single mother, any mother, anybody. Just start out with one of those small canners.
Or not a mother at all. Just somebody who want to learn.
Somebody, anybody. Any super subs that want to learn.
Anybody, yeah.
On a Saturday, on the weekend, go ahead and if you got friends or whatever, and start, I wouldn't say experimenting, but start canning.
Yeah, learning.
You know, and y'all work as a group. And y'all can preserve food, and y'all can move up from like one canner and then get a bigger one and just keep going on.
Yeah.
Because she is canning buffalo wings, y'all. And she said she's going to can some oxtail.
Yeah.
Just
I told
imagine.
Mr. H I was going to can him some oxtails.
Just imagine. We all can do this.
Yeah.
We all can do it, you know. Mm-hmm. And I advise all the men, I advise y'all to support y'all wives if she wants to can food for the family.
Yeah.
Do it as a team.
Don't eat it up. Yeah, when she can it, don't eat it.
Yeah.
You know, don't eat it up.
Yeah.
Don't eat it up. Don't eat it up.
She's talking about me. Do it as a team. like what I do, Mrs. H, she'll call me. She say, okay, I need you to go get this product, that product. And I'm at the base, I'm in the kitchen, and I'm at home base. So we work as a team. I pick this up, that up, this and that, you know. And that's the way how we do it, you know. And it's really not that hard.
No, no. You just have to have a plan, you know, like with everything. You got to have a plan, you know. So really, y'all, that's really what we wanted to kind of like talk to y'all about, is just having a plan, putting, you know, a plan together so that you'll know what your next steps are going to be, so that you could be successful in no matter what it is that you want to do. But of course, you know, we're talking about right now is just being positive, having that good energy.
Yes.
And get back on your food preservation journey. If you started one and you kind of fell off, or if you've never started a food preservation journey at all, get on your food preservation journey, you all, so that you can start canning foods. You can start dehydrating foods. And if your budget will allow, you can get a freeze dryer. You can freeze dry food. You can learn how to properly prepare foods to go inside of a deep freezer even, right? When it comes to preserving food, it's so many different methods, but you want to start, okay? You want to learn how to store beans and rice and pasta for long term. All of these things, we need to be on this journey right now. Y'all, this is 2024. This is the year for us to seriously focus on emergency preparedness.
Yes, and to what Mrs. H said about falling off, we all fall off sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need to be hard on ourselves.
No.
Because life will give you so many different obstacles and hurdles to go through.
Yeah.
It's the way how we respond and bounce back.
It really is.
So we responding and we bouncing back for 2024 on food preservation, on small gardens, and also seed starting. We finna get ready to start our little trays of seed starts, you know, get our starts ready. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna start more starts than we need because of the freeze.
Yeah,
as you see, the weather pattern is changing. The zones is changing.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta have a backup plan, you know, and you know, we all in this together. Like I say, you know, we gonna move out together, you know, and we're gonna be successful. We're gonna pray to God that all of us get on the same track and we have more people.
That's right.
Just growing their own groceries, that's canning. Like Mrs. H said, man, woman, child, children, teenagers.
Grandchildren, everybody.
Even if you're a mother, support your teenage children on if they want to can.
Let them.
Help them, because it's going to help the family out.
Help
your children start something new. You know, it'll keep them out of trouble.
Yeah.
It'll get them to on the right track to where they can find themselves and say, oh, this is the kind of career I want to do.
Yeah. Or you just, you know, if you give them, you know, something like that, give them that responsibility, it may also reduce their time on social media.
Oh,
you know?
yes.
Or video games, because we know our young people are just in love with social media and video games. But maybe if we give them something else, that'll kind of occupy some of that time as well. You know, everybody should be learning how to store food, okay? Everybody should be learning how to store food for long term. So when we say can, we're not talking about you canning it just so you can eat it tomorrow. I'm talking about canning food so that in 6 months, if crap hits the fan and you can't go find canning jars, remember 2020, you can't find canning jars. Chicken was expensive. Turkey was expensive. A loaf of bread was crazy expensive.
Oh yeah,
right?
You're reminding me. I'm like getting comfortable now. It was crazy back then.
It was crazy expensive, right? And so when things like this happen, prices tend to just skyrocket, and the things that you need the most, necessities like soap, toothpaste, deodorant,
toilet paper.
Toilet.
Forget about the toilet paper.
The toilet paper. You know, things like that. These things become so important. when they're not there for you to just, I'll just stop by the store and pick up a pack of toilet paper. So another thing that I would say is let's get out of the mindset of picking up a pack of anything.
Yeah.
Right? If you need something right now that you don't have in your house, pick up one for now and pick up one to save for later.
Yeah.
And keep that going until, you know, you get to a certain point where you have at least a 6-month supply of something on hand. And, you know, I know at, I can't think of that government website because they've been all over the television now telling people to start, you know, an emergency kit, right? And they give you the website so you can go on and they'll give you suggestions. But their supply is just for 90 days.
Mm.
And I'm going to tell you, that is not long enough. 90 days is not going to help you, period. Okay?
No, it's not. Because
a 90-day supply of something, when you start factoring in your family or people you love, 90 days can easily become 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just say, get a 6-month supply. Make that your minimum.
6 months.
A 6-month supply of your most important things and your foods and your canning jars and all of that. 6 months is what you work towards. Yeah. And then once you reach that goal, add the next 6 months. Okay?
Yeah. And another thing, I thought about the things that I do, you know, to kind of relieve stress. Like, young people love video games. You know, a lot of times, you know, I like listening to music, but what I realize is that music ain't going nowhere. The video games is not going nowhere. If we prepare for what we really need for 6 months to a year, whatever the case may be, we would have those items, we would have everything lined up to where when things do hit the fan, we can play video games now, you know, and it's a time for everything. Yeah. Like what we are going to do in 2024 is put our time frame to where, you know, prioritize.
Prioritizing.
There we go. And we're going to do that, and that's going to help us out, you know,
it is.
When things do hit the fan, because we're going to need that time to relieve stress. We're going to need video games.
Yeah.
You know, to relieve
board
stress.
Games.
Board games.
If you don't have power, you know, board games, you know. And that's another video. We're going to talk to you all about that as well, you all, because I want us to do this where we talk about like the different areas of preparedness as it relates to us. Yeah. You know, because that may look different from family to family or household to household. You know, certain things may look different, right? So we're gonna do that because it's so important that we keep everything in mind without becoming overwhelmed by all of these different categories and stuff. So we're not gonna try to put all of that in a video and have everybody saying, "Oh my God, I'll never be able to do all of that," right? No. Yeah. You do a little bit at a time, and that's really all that matters, right, y'all? So my cannon is about to start. Yeah. So, y'all, we just wanted to come on here and tell y'all to stay positive, you know?
We in this together, and we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
In 2024, we're going to get busy. We got to get busy, y'all. Mm-hmm. You know, and we got to keep it simple, but we got to keep it strong.
Yeah.
Simple and strong.
Yeah.
And let's not be so hard on ourselves, because 2023 was a rocky year for a lot of people, and a lot of things was going on, and what we're going to keep it simple and strong, and we want to make sure we keep all the family members involved and let them know we got to grow our own groceries and preserve.
That's right, y'all. That's right. And let's pray for one another and our families and whatnot, because look, like Mr. H said, it was a trying year, you all.
Yes.
It was a trying year. So that's okay. We're going to keep moving forward. We're going to stay positive. And we're going to just encourage each other to keep pushing forward, to keep on keeping on.
Yes. Yes, y'all. And so when the springtime comes, you know, we have longer days. Yep. We can get out there in the sun, and we can do more videos.
Yep.
And we can do more, you know, together.
I'll be there. It's my can.
You know, we can do more together, you know.
Yes.
And we're going to do that. We're going to do a lot more videos. We're going to do a lot more growing our own groceries, you know, putting seeds in the ground. Everybody saw how we did tomatoes, you know, how we grew our tomatoes, our potatoes, our onions, and different things like that. So we're going to get busy in 2024. We're going to do what we need to do to be successful on growing this food, preserving our food. And so, you know, 2023 is behind us. We got 2024 ahead of us. And so we're going to move out on a good note.
Yes.
2024.
I got those buffalo wings in the canner, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
So I got them babies processing now for 90 minutes.
Oh,
they're going to be so good when they come out.
Mm.
They're going to be so good when they come out.
Yes.
So y'all, please just stay positive. Please stay focused and, you know, find a way to stay motivated.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to lose focus. And even if you have to get yourself a dry erase board or something, even if it's a notebook or something, and just, you know, make a list of your goals from week to week or month to month, even when it comes to your food preservation, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your spiritual growth, all of these things. Just make a note of what you hope to accomplish, and be realistic with your goals, because you don't want to go putting a ton of things down, and you know it's just probably too much with everything else that's going on in your life, right?
Yeah.
So set some realistic goals for yourself and just work towards achieving those goals on a weekly and monthly basis. And even if you are not able to successfully get through them that month, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just look, the thing is to keep striving, to keep moving, to keep going. That's the whole purpose of it, is to just keep trying to be better today than you was yesterday.
Exactly. And also, what we got to realize is to recognize our victory. Like if we completed a goal and it's successful, give yourself a pat on the back. Oh, good job. Makes you feel better when you give your own self a pat on the back.
I struggle with it.
Yeah. That's why I said it. You know, I feel the same way. I know, you know, we got to give our own self a pat on the back when we are successful, and we have no reason to feel down and out because we missed out on another goal that we didn't reach.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need to be that hard on ourselves.
I struggle with that so bad, because I be like, once I finish one thing, you know, I don't take a moment to be like, okay, good job, you did. I don't ever do that. I'd be like, okay, what I got to do next?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I don't ever take a celebratory moment to just be proud of what I've accomplished.
Yeah.
I keep going like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
So that's not good either. That's one of the things I know I have to do different.
Yeah. So we love y'all.
Yes.
And we gonna move out on a good note.
Yeah.
2024.
Positivity, encouraging, motivating, uplifting, right?
Yeah.
That's where we want to be. We want to get rid of envy. We want to get rid of jealousy.
Yes.
You don't want that spirit within you, okay? You don't want that spirit within you, because envy leads to some terrible, terrible things.
Yes.
So you don't want to have that spirit of envy or jealousy within your heart. You know, when you see somebody doing good, then that's wonderful for them, okay? Yes. And you should really applaud that. When you see somebody doing good, you shouldn't have that jealousy within yourself. You should applaud that. And the reason why I say is because that's what God had for them. Yeah. You don't want what God had for them. You want what he has for you, right?
Yes.
And so if you can be appreciative of somebody else's accomplishment, knowing that that person now could possibly be a light for somebody who didn't think that they could do something. So now that person is the light, saying that, oh, yes, you can. See, if for no other reason than that, you applaud their accomplishments, because at any given moment, it'll be your turn.
Yeah.
Right? It'll be your turn. And when it's your turn, you don't want anybody to be hateful or envious or jealous of you. You want somebody to applaud what you've accomplished, because you don't know what your accomplishment may mean to somebody else who felt like they couldn't.
Yeah. See, I realize everybody have a different gift that God give them.
Yeah.
You know, this person probably can sing really good.
Mm-hmm.
This person probably can act really good. Or this person right here probably can do this really good. But, you know, God will bless you to recognize your own gift. You just gotta be humble and
be patient.
And just keep doing things that you love to do and what you're good at, and it'll come, you know. And I think that we will receive our blessings once we really humble ourselves and be thankful for what we have.
That's right.
You know, and just really I guess just thank God that we made it to 2024.
Very thankful.
Because we made it through another year.
So many of us didn't.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. You know.
So many of us didn't. You know, we've lost family members, and you know, I've lost. You know, this year was very difficult. You know, I lost a family member in the most horrific way.
Oh yes.
And I couldn't even talk about that, and still can't talk about that. You know, because of the way that she. You know, it was horrific, and you know. Very, very sad. You know, so like I said, you know, we've all gone through things, and it's been very trying this year, but you know, we still have to thank God that we are here to give him praise yet again. Yes. Right? So y'all, we're just going to keep each other in prayer. You know, we're going to uplift one another. We're going to motivate one another. And even if you're not in the mood to uplift and motivate somebody today, that don't mean you get a chance to tear them down either. Okay? So y'all keep that in mind, because that's all. It's been an hour.
Yes. Yes, it's been an hour, y'all, and we're not going to, you know, like keep y'all on too much longer.
No.
And we just wish y'all a happy 2024.
Happy and blessed 2024. Y'all be blessed. Y'all look. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here. You know, I feel like the best way to be blessed is blessing somebody else.
Yes.
Right? I feel like that's the best way. And I'm not talking about, you know, in fact, me and my friend were talking about this the other day. You know, when you do something for somebody, when you give to somebody, or when you help somebody, you're not doing it because you want something from them in return, because that's not help. You see what I'm saying? That's not giving. You know, when you see somebody that's in need and you want to help them, you're helping them out of the kindness of your heart. And when you do that, that's how you in turn receive blessings. But when you do something for somebody just to throw it in their face that you did it, I thought you could come and help me do this because I helped you. Remember when I did that for you last week? Yeah. Now it's your turn to come and do it. No, that's not the spirit. Although we would like it, though, if we needed help and we said, you know, could you help me? We would like for somebody to have that spirit of, yeah, of course I'll help you, right? But we're not doing it so that we can have one up on somebody.
Yes.
Or something over your shoulder.
We do it out of the kindness of our hearts. And that's the way to do it, you know. And y'all would not believe, like, you know, what y'all, Homestead Heart is one side, but there's the side of just he and I. Husband and wife. Yeah. We are family members, and we are friends to others. And you all would not, or we're just community members, right? And so you would not believe the level of giving that Mr. H and I possess. You know, we are always helping. We are always helping other people because we know that God will bless us for that, and we know that we're not doing it, you know, in some ill spirit. It's coming from our heart because we don't want to see anybody suffering or struggling, right? Now, we don't let people take advantage of us. Let me be clear. Yeah. But by that same token, when we help because it's out of the kindness of our hearts. Yes. Yeah, and that's just the way that we feel it should be. Yes. Yes. So, yeah, but we're going to wrap this video up. Yep. And what I'm going to say, like, yes, y'all. 2024, we going to move out real fast, not slow. 2024. And when I say yes, y'all, that came to me because, you know, I love the hip-hop era when it first started. And those was good times for me. Yes, it is. Everybody was family back then. Sure was. They would break dance. They would rap. it wasn't all that, you know, that bad killer rap.
Right,
It
all that
was
horrible
really
stuff. It was more on the side of promoting brotherhood, sisterhood, family,
and love.
You know,
and the
love
music
and
was
peace.
love back then.
Mm-hmm.
And they did away with that music of love.
Yeah.
We can't hear
it's
that.
It's not popular anymore.
We can't hear love on the radio no more.
Yeah.
And y'all hear the radio, y'all know what's on there.
Unless you go to an old school channel.
They can got rid of the old school channel.
No.
Oh, you got to search for them.
They still on like Spotify and things like that. You can find old school.
Oh, well, you know, I'm so old.
Oh, you just have to create your own old school playlist, right?
Spotify. You gonna have to hook me up with that, whatever. With Spotify. I'm just used to the radio. So, you know.
They've been done away with it.
Okay, I got Pandora. I mean, I put it on that.
Oh, but, Pandora too. Yeah, that's right.
But yes, y'all. It's just like one of the things that the hip hop community, you know, had, and you know, and it helped us out, you know, and we was family back then, and we had such a beautiful community, neighborhood, you know, and.
Who was your favorite back then?
Cool Mo D.
Cool Mo D?
Yeah, Cool
Big Daddy Kane?
Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One.
Yep.
LL Cool J came on, you know, later on, and you know, it was so nice just to listen to
Queen Latifah.
Heavy D.
Heavy D, yep.
You know.
All of those pioneers that paved the way for hip hop.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation, y'all. So that's why I love it, because you know the artist was teaching knowledge back then.
Yeah.
You know, and it was such love, you know.
Yes, it was.
And that's why I always say yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Love y'all so much.
That's going to do it for this beautiful New Year's Day video. Y'all, thank y'all so much for supporting the seed shop.
Yes.
Y'all, I have been getting those seeds out.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. I think we need to do a separate video on the seed shop, because this video is long enough, and I think if I start talking on the seed shop, it's going to be another 30 minutes. So I think I'm just going to pause with that, because I have to share something about the seed shop.
Okay.
So we're going to do something separate with that, okay, y'all?
And another thing I thought about was BET with Donnie Simpson. Do y'all remember that?
Hey, we're not going to start talking about that.
We're not, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay.
Okay, BET, Donnie Simpson. Shout out to the old school. Okay, now y'all, we can
All
end
right,
this
video. Thank y'all so much for watching Homestead Heart. Again, we pray that you all are having and will continue to have a very happy and blessed new year. Peace and blessings.
Yes, y'all.
To each and every one of you, and we're going to see y'all in the next video.
Peace.
It's like this, it's like that, it's like this, and
oh,
we
man.
used to say that. We used to say that.
That was SWV. and they got that loop from another old school rap album. I can't think of it now.
A lot of them, because all of them used to say it. And then what was something else that all of them used to say?
Oh, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh. She talking about R&B. Talking about Jodeci them.
It seemed like every R&B artist from back in that day.
But you know what? They were singing.
They were singing.
I don't know what they doing now.
They were singing.
They were singing, y'all.
But every single song had to be, ooh, yeah.
But they was getting down, though. She could say all what she want to. Those groups was getting down, y'all.
They was.
They was.
I loved them all.
The 90s, R&B groups from the 80s and 90s. Man. But that's the end of this video.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.